Walmart is quietly changing one of the most frustrating parts of the modern shopping trip. At selected locations, rows of self-checkout machines are being reduced or removed, and staffed registers are coming back. If you are over 50, shop on a fixed income, or have ever stood in front of a frozen screen while a red light flashed above your head, this matters. But the headline does not mean every Walmart in America is eliminating self-checkout. The truth is more complicated, and it could determine how long you wait, how closely your cart is watched, and whether a small checkout mistake costs you money. The latest reported change came from a Walmart in Artesia, New Mexico, where most self-checkout machines were replaced by staffed lanes. Walmart has made similar adjustments at selected stores before. The company says these decisions can depend on customer feedback, local shopping patterns, associate feedback, and business needs. This is not one nationwide switch. It is a store-by-store redesign, and behind it sits a much bigger problem. A major 2026 report from ECR Retail Loss found that stores with self-checkout machines recorded losses between 33 and 147% higher than stores without them in the 4 retailers studied. Missed scans, wrong produced selections, items left in carts, failed payments, and deliberate theft all add up. Today, we are exposing 9 things seniors need to know before their next Walmart trip. Why machines are disappearing. Why honest mistakes matter. How to choose a lane and protect your receipt. At number 1, we will combine everything into one system that can save time, prevent overcharges, and reduce stress. This is not about blaming shoppers or employees. It is about understanding a system that keeps changing while you are standing inside it. Let's get into it. Number 9. This is not a nationwide shutdown. Here is the first thing most headlines leave out. Walmart has not announced that every self-checkout in America is going away. The company is adjusting checkout areas at selected locations, and local conditions matter. The Artesia store said most machines were removed and staffed registers added to improve customer service and traffic flow. Earlier changes in New Mexico, Missouri, and Ohio followed a similar pattern. Thousands of Walmart stores still operate self-checkout. Why does Walmart do it this way? Because 2 stores carrying the same blue sign can have completely different checkout problems. One location may serve commuters buying 5 items at a time. Another may handle large weekly grocery carts. One may struggle with theft, another may struggle with long cashier lines. Store managers need different combinations of machines and employees. That means the smartest shopper does not assume last week's checkout layout will still be there. Imagine a retired couple arriving Saturday afternoon with a full cart, expecting 12 self-checkout stations, and finding construction barriers and 4 staffed lanes instead. If they discover the change only after shopping, a 10-minute exit can become a 30-minute wait. Here is what you do. On your next visit, look toward the front of the store before filling your cart. Notice which lanes are open, whether the self-checkout area has an item limit, and where the line begins. If your local store is remodeling, ask an associate when the quietest checkout period usually occurs. A 2-minute check at the beginning can save 20 minutes at the end. Most shoppers learn about a checkout change while trapped behind 3 overflowing carts. Smart shoppers learn before they enter the first aisle. But the reason Walmart is experimenting goes far beyond long lines. Number 8. The hidden bill behind every unscanned item. Here is what retailers rarely explain clearly. Self-checkout loss is not limited to someone intentionally stealing a television. Much of it happens one small item at a time. A barcode does not register. A shopper selects regular bananas instead of organic bananas. A case of water remains beneath the cart. A payment screen appears to finish, but the transaction does not complete. Multiply those incidents across millions of baskets, and the loss becomes enormous. ECR Retail Loss reported in 2026 that fixed self-checkout can increase store losses substantially. Its analysis of 72 billion euros in self-checkout transactions found that non-scanning represented about 0.44% of self-checkout sales and nearly 10% of total recorded store shrink. Another industry analysis has estimated shrink around 3.5% to 4% at self-checkout, compared with less than 1% at cashier-operated lanes. Those percentages sound small until you attach them to a giant retailer. If a store processes $1 million through self-checkout, Even a 1% loss means $10,000. Retailers do not simply forget that money. Loss affects staffing decisions, security spending, locked display cases, and eventually the prices honest shoppers face. Consider a common situation. A shopper has 30 groceries, 2 items in the child seat, and a 40-pound bag of pet food underneath. She scans everything on the belt, but forgets the pet food. An exit check catches it. The item may cost only $25, but now the trip stops, an associate becomes involved, and an honest customer feels accused. Here is what you do. Before paying, use a 3-zone cart check. Look inside the basket, check the child seat, and then look underneath the cart. Count bulky items separately. If you have a large basket, choose a staffed lane when one is available. The cashier's job is not just moving products across a scanner. It creates a second set of eyes. Most shoppers think checkout begins when the first barcode scans. Smart shoppers know it begins with how the cart is organized, and that leads to the mistake Walmart may fear almost as much as theft. Number 7. Honest errors can look dishonest. Here is something many careful shoppers do not realize. Modern self-checkout systems are designed to notice unusual movement and unusual scanning patterns. If the camera or scale believes an item moved without being scanned, the station may pause and call an associate. The machine does not understand intent. It sees a mismatch. Maybe you moved a purse. Maybe an item rolled into the bagging area. Maybe you scanned the same can twice and tried to remove one. To the system, all of those actions require attention. Retail loss research has found missed scans to be one of the most common causes of checkout loss. Industry reporting in 2026 estimated that missed scans occurred in roughly 1 to 4.8% of transactions examined. Research cited by checkout technology companies has also suggested that a large share of self-checkout shrink can result from accidental behavior rather than deliberate theft. For an older shopper with arthritis, tremors, reduced vision, or difficulty hearing the machine, this matters even more. A barcode may take several attempts. Small on-screen instructions may be hard to read. Moving an item back and forth can trigger an intervention. The customer feels rushed, and rushing creates another mistake. Picture a 71-year-old shopper buying 12 identical cans during a sale. One can scans twice. She notices the total is wrong and tries to remove the duplicate, but the screen calls for assistance. While waiting, she worries that the machine thinks she did something wrong. The problem is not her honesty. It is a system that cannot interpret the reason behind the movement. Here is what you do. Slow down. Keep each item in your hand until you hear the confirmation and see it appear on the screen. Do not place multiple identical items on the scanner at once. If something scans twice, stop and call the attendant instead of repeatedly pressing buttons. Before payment, compare the number of identical items on the screen with the number in your cart. A 20-second pause can prevent a 10-minute dispute and a $10 overcharge. But removing machines does not automatically fix the shopping experience. Number 6. More cashiers only help when the lanes are actually staffed. Here is the part shoppers should watch closely. Replacing machines with traditional registers creates the capacity for better service. It does not guarantee that every register will have a cashier. Walmart has described selected redesigns as a way to improve the shopping experience and provide more personalized, efficient service. That can be a real benefit. A cashier can help with coupons, damaged packaging, heavy items, cash payments, produce codes, and price questions. For many seniors, one trained employee is more useful than 6 blinking screens. But the math matters. 10 self-checkout stations supervised by 2 associates can process many small baskets. If those stations become 6 staffed lanes but only 3 cashiers are scheduled, lines can grow quickly during the evening rush. Imagine 2 shoppers entering at the same time. One comes Tuesday at 10 in the morning with a full grocery cart and finds 4 open staffed lanes. The other comes Friday at 5:30 and finds 2 open lanes with families preparing for the weekend. The store layout is identical, but the second shopper may wait 3 times as long. Here is what you do. Build a simple checkout schedule based on your own store. For 3 visits, write down the day, arrival time, number of open staffed lanes, and approximate wait. You will quickly identify the least stressful window. In many locations, weekday mornings after the opening rush are easier than late afternoon. payday evenings, and weekend afternoons. If mobility is an issue, do not wait until pain or fatigue forces you into the nearest line. Ask the door greeter or an associate which lane will move fastest. If you need help unloading a heavy item, request it before reaching the register. Most shoppers choose a time based only on when they are free. Smart shoppers choose a time based on when the checkout system works in their favour. And choosing the correct lane matters just as much as choosing the correct hour. Number 5. The shortest line is often the slowest line. Here is a checkout secret experienced cashiers understand immediately. The number of people in a line matters less than the type of baskets in front of you. One customer with a price dispute, a rejected payment card, and 30 coupons can take longer than 4 customers holding 5 items each. A cart filled with loose produce takes longer because every item must be weighed or identified. Large clothing orders create delays when tags are folded or missing. Alcohol, locked merchandise, and age-restricted products may require additional steps. The money connection is easy to miss. The longer you stand near checkout displays, the more opportunities Walmart has to sell you batteries, candy, magazines, drinks, and small, seasonal products. Add a $4 snack and a $3 drink during one weekly trip, and more than $360 can disappear over a year. Consider a shopper who automatically joins the line with 2 people instead of the line with 4. The first line contains 2 packed carts and a customer sorting coupons. The second contains 4 baskets with fewer than 10 items. What looked like the shorter line becomes the expensive line when frustration leads to an impulse purchase. Here is what you do. Scan the baskets, not the faces. Favour a lane with smaller, simpler orders. Avoid lines where an associate's light is flashing or a manager is already involved. Keep a small bottle of water and your shopping list with you so checkout displays do not solve a problem the store created. And set a firm rule. Nothing enters your cart after you join the line unless it was already on the list. Most shoppers measure a line by length. Smart shoppers measure it by complexity, but speed means nothing if the total is wrong. Number 4. The receipt audit is more important than the receipt check. Here is what smart shoppers do before leaving the building. They inspect the receipt while the transaction is still fresh. Checkout changes create new kinds of errors. At self-checkout, you may accidentally scan the same item twice or select the wrong produce code. At a staffed register, an item can still scan twice, a clearance sticker may not apply, or a shelf price may not match the register price. Human cashiers reduce some mistakes, but they do not make the total infallible. The cost can be larger than it looks. One duplicate $12 item each month becomes $144 a year. A $2 pricing error on 5 weekly groceries becomes more than $500 over a year if the same difference repeats. Imagine a shopper who sees a red clearance sticker showing $9 but the item rings at $16. At self-checkout, she feels pressured by the line and pays. At a staffed lane, she assumes the cashier's system must be correct and pays. The machine changed, but the overcharge stayed because the shopper never checked. Here is what you do. Take a photo of any shelf tag or clearance sticker that materially affects your decision. Watch the running total when possible. After payment, move away from the line and check 4 things: duplicate items, quantities, discounts, and large ticket prices. Keep the receipt until you are home and satisfied. If you lose the paper, Walmart's official receipt lookup can help locate recent store purchases made with a credit or debit card. Walmart also says purchase history can be used to view bought items and begin returns. If you use Walmart Pay, electronic receipts are available in the app. Most shoppers treat the receipt as trash. Smart shoppers treat it as the final price control screen. And now we need to clear up one of the biggest rumours surrounding these changes. Number 3. Walmart is not charging $98 to use self-checkout. Here is the claim that spread faster than the facts. Social media posts said shoppers would need a $98 Walmart Plus membership to access self-checkout. Reuters examined the claim and found it misleading. Some stores have temporarily reserved certain lanes for Spark delivery drivers or Walmart Plus customers using Mobile Scan and Go. Walmart representatives said local managers may test different staffing and checkout options based on customer feedback, shopping patterns, and business needs. But that is not the same as a nationwide fee to use ordinary self-checkout. Why did the rumour feel believable? Because the checkout area is becoming more segmented. One lane may be for traditional self-checkout. Another may be reserved for app-based orders. A machine may be closed, even though it appears functional. Shoppers see a Walmart Plus sign and assume access has been placed behind a paywall. Paying $98 because of that misunderstanding would be an expensive mistake. A membership should be judged by the services you actually use, not by fear that your free checkout option will disappear. Consider a senior who visits Walmart twice a month, never uses delivery, and prefers cash. She sees designated scan and go lanes and believes membership is now required. She signs up but receives little practical value. That is almost $100 spent to solve a problem that did not exist. Here is what you do. Before joining, ask one direct question at your store. Can ordinary customers still use these self-checkout lanes without Walmart Plus? Then evaluate membership separately using delivery, fuel, streaming, and other benefits that apply to your household. Do not subscribe at the register while confused or rushed. If you already have Walmart Cash, Walmart's official instructions say it can be redeemed at a staffed register or self-checkout by connecting your account through a QR code. Ask an associate for help if the app process is unclear. Most shoppers react to the sign. Smart shoppers verify the rule, and the next shift may make today's self-checkout argument look outdated. Number 2, Walmart is not abandoning technology. It is changing where the technology sits. Here is the biggest clue about the future. Walmart-owned Sam's Club has expanded an exit system using computer vision and digital technology to verify that items have been paid for. Members can use Scan and Go, and the exit system checks carts without the traditional manual receipt line. That tells us something important. The real contest is not machines versus humans. It is visible technology versus invisible technology. Traditional self-checkout transfers the scanning work to you. The next generation may use phone scanning, cameras, RFID tags, account identification, or exit sensors to monitor the transaction in the background. A store can remove a row of kiosks and still become more automated. For seniors, that creates both convenience and risk. A staffed register can provide human help. Digital receipts can protect returns. But app-only offers, QR codes, small text, unfamiliar prompts, and account passwords can create new barriers. Imagine a couple that always shops together. One person handles the cart while the other uses the app. The system works until the phone battery drops to 2%. The store signal weakens, or the account requests a password they do not remember. A supposedly faster checkout suddenly depends on technology they cannot access. Here is what you do. Keep a physical payment method even if you use Walmart Pay. Charge your phone before leaving home. Make sure you know where electronic receipts appear. Never share a verification code with a stranger offering help. If an app prompt feels confusing, stop and ask a uniformed associate rather than guessing. And remember, convenience is only a bargain when it works reliably for you. You do not owe a retailer your time, your data, or your unpaid labor simply because a machine is available. Everything we have covered protects you on its own. The real win comes from running all of it together. Number 1, the checkout stack. Here is the complete system smart Walmart shoppers can use whether their store keeps self-checkout, reduces it, or removes it completely. Move 1, inspect before you shop. As you enter, look at the checkout area, count the staffed lanes, notice whether self-checkout is open, and check for construction or lane restrictions. If the front looks overwhelmed, decide whether this trip should remain small or whether you should return during a quieter period. Move 2, organize the cart. Keep groceries in the main basket, personal items in the child seat, and bulky products underneath. Before checkout, move every unpaid personal item out of the cart area so it cannot create confusion. Group identical products and place coupons or clearance items where you can see them. Move 3, choose by basket complexity. A small, simple order may move quickly through self-checkout. A full cart, loose produce, heavy items, coupons, cash, or products requiring assistance usually belongs in a staffed lane. Do not choose based on pride. Choose the system least likely to create an error. Move 4, control the transaction. Watch each price. At self-checkout, wait for the beep and screen confirmation. At a staffed register, keep an eye on the display and speak up immediately if a quantity or price looks wrong. Before paying, check the cart basket, child seat and lower rack. Move 5. Audit before leaving. Step aside. Review duplicates, quantities, discounts and expensive items. Save the receipt on paper or in the app. If something is wrong, solve it while you are still inside the store with the merchandise and shelf information available. Now watch how the stack works on a real-world trip. Linda is 68 and shops for 1 week of groceries plus household supplies. Her list contains 32 items with an expected total of $94. Before entering the aisles, she sees that only 2 staffed lanes are open and self-checkout is busy. She decides to shop carefully but skip the garden section, preventing an extra 20 minutes and an impulse purchase she had not planned. While shopping, Linda photographs a sale tag showing coffee at $8 instead of $11. She keeps 2 clearance shirts together and places a $24 bag of dog food on the lower rack. Her coupons stay in the child seat, separate from the groceries. At the front, the self-checkout line has 6 people, but most hold small baskets. The staffed lane has only 2 customers, yet both carts are overflowing. Linda chooses self-checkout because her items are organized and she is paying by card. She scans slowly. When 2 cans appear as 3 on the screen, she stops and asks the attendant to remove the duplicate. That prevents a $2.50 overcharge. The coffee rings at $11, so she shows the photo of the sale tag and asks the associate to verify it. That protects another $3. Before paying, Linda checks the 3 cart zones and notices the dog food still underneath. She scans it instead of facing a stressful exit intervention. She pays and reviews the receipt away from the machine. 1 clearance shirt rang at the regular price, a difference of $7. Customer service corrects it while she is still in the store. The stack protected $12.50 in direct errors on 1 trip. It also prevented an unplanned purchase and avoided the stress of an unscanned $24 item at the exit. If the same system catches only $6 per weekly trip, that is $312 protected over a year. Most shoppers will never do all 5 moves. They will join the first line they see, rush through the scanner, throw away the receipt, and assume the total must be right. The system shopper remains calm because every stage has a purpose. That is the real meaning behind Walmart's self-checkout changes. The company is not simply returning to the past. It is searching for a combination of labor, cameras, apps, machines, and store layouts that reduces loss without driving customers away. Some seniors will welcome the return of cashiers. Others will miss the speed and privacy of scanning their own small basket. Both reactions are reasonable. What matters is knowing that the change is selective, the technology is still evolving, and you have a strategy that works in either system. The smartest checkout lane is not always the one with a person, and it is not always the one with a machine. It is the lane that gives you the best chance to leave with the correct items, the correct total, and your time and dignity intact. Drop your Walmart checkout experience in the comments. Has your local store removed machines, added cashiers, restricted certain lanes, or made the lines better? We read every single one. And if someone you know is still rushing through self-checkout without checking the cart or receipt, send them this video. One small mistake can cost more than they realize. At ReadyShelf, we don't just save money, we expose the system. Subscribe, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next one.